all the analytical observations that follow are based within Western rationalist and empirical constructions. Okay, but they are my own attempt at trying to create a unified theory of money. Okay, there is going to be some reference to different concepts in economics, right? So I don't want people to get sort of in a kind of tribal vein of mind here, but to keep an open mind and to look at to look and listen at what I'm saying, and then base it on whether you philosophically and empirically whether you can you believe that is the case or not. I'm going to give you many examples. Okay, so when I refer to free market, say, versus Marxism, in terms of economics, those two ideas are not to be confused with Keynesianism. Okay, but in my other videos, I've covered those subjects very broadly and in detail as well. So I'm going to try and concentrate on defining what money is, what is the paradox in the meme, which is an idea that recreates itself almost like in the way a DNA replicates itself and spreads itself throughout all the different actors within a natural system. Memes recreate themselves by adoption by individuals and societies who need that meme to be added to their culture. And what is culture? Culture is the set of both norms, right, agreed ways of solutions to problems, and that is what culture is. And people will keep a culture and a meme if it is apt to a solution. Okay, so now I'm going to continue. Because it's quite an expansive subject, I'm going to read from a document that I've created. Okay. Definition of money: solving the paradox within the meme of money. If we are to understand something, we must define it first. So, real money, and that's not, say, the human conception of money, currency adjusted for the depreciation caused by inflation. I'm talking about real money. Okay. Real money is the unit of value affected by the utility which affects it via the application of technology to resources. Okay, so it's the utility extracted from resources by technology within the context of what we know about all resources, and the value, i.e. the value is the utility extracted from those resources. The paradox of money as a concept is it has three rival ideas: currency, which is a unit of exchange, either data or physical objects that convey price signals. So obviously you want the least amount of disruption in by the value of the currency. So you want the least amount of value in that currency, because it's going to the cost of having currency is going to disrupt the price signal. Okay, so currency being a unit of exchange, either data, physical objects, that convey price signals. So you obviously want the least amount of value. So the cost of or limits of currency is not affecting the exchange of information which you're using to get useful commodities, i.e. like food or water. For instance, if you have gold money, you have to mine that money, okay, or other commodity. Sorry, if you have gold currency, then you have to mine that money. You have to create enough money so that it is available to everyone, so there is an equality of currency for everyone, you know. But then that currency's value is going to be divisible. You know, you're going. Not only does it have a cost, which is going, the cost of mining, the cost of creating that currency, is going to push up the value of the value of food and water, i.e. the price of food and water, because you have to add the sunk cost of mining to what you want, the commodities that you really need, food and water. And also, because it has to be broadly used by everyone, for all currency to give a good price signal, then you are going to need to have it subdivided, you know, I mean, which is why when you had the gold standard, for instance, people created silver coins, then copper coins, then nickel coins, for instance. And some people, because of their place within the niche of the economy, understood that they were in a gold standard, but they never actually obtained a gold coin, you know, because the value that they were extracting from their work was not reflected in the currency system. Okay, so as you heard there, I briefly made the mistake of saying money when I meant currency, and it's something that's really entrenched in a misunderstanding that's entrenched in our vocabulary, but it's not the same thing. Okay, so you are using the currency you are using to get useful commodities like food or water. On the other hand, real money, a unit of value affected by the utility which affects it via the application of technology to resources. So the true value of money is not qualitatively known. Okay, so the value can't be a psychological construct that we project onto any particular commodity or service. Okay, because we don't know the true value of all the resources in the planet, with all the technology from you know, people smashing rocks with other rocks and people using shovels up to nanotechnology and everything else. We don't know the full extraction of the value of those resources. So the true value of money is not qualitatively known, and so the true required quantity of currency to produce a true signal of the value of money is not known. As the application of technology to resources in totality is not known, and as we extract utility from resources we can use, means we are constantly changing the context and thus the value of money within what we know. So real money's value must reflect this change of reality.